unbeaten fighters and major performers. I can't tell you how excited I am about this.
KUGAN, CASSIUS, iField TV, MTK Global. I'm joined by Paulie Malignaggi. It's Ultimate Boxer tonight. You're excited for this, aren't you?
I sure am. I'm excited.
How excited are you?
I'm excited.
Yeah?
I'm very excited about Ultimate
Everyone's
Boxer
talking about how excited Paulie Malignaggi is.
I guess my excitement is exuding through my skin. You know, you can see the excitement. So I'm glad everybody sees it. I'm excited. I hope you guys are half as excited as I am. And I can't wait for tonight.
It's going to be a great night. Ricky Hearn in attendance. You're in attendance.
It's always a good time, right? Always a good time when Ricky's in attendance.
Absolutely. Paulie, just a quick word on the situation with Wilder and Joshua. This is all sort of boiling over quite nicely. 50 million offer from Deontay Wilder's team to Anthony Joshua. What have you made of it?
Well, what I make of it is I understand where Eddie's coming from. You know, you have to show the proof that the funds are there. You know, so I know how this works. You have to kind of show the money in escrow, and by a certain date, if the money exists, Eddie will give them a deadline. Okay, if this money exists, have this money in this escrow account by so and so date, and if the money's there, then you know, things can go ahead and the contract can be started to be discussed and talked about, and they can start to finalize things or try to go about finalizing things. But if money doesn't show up in the escrow account, you know, this negotiation never starts. You know, and that's the thing. If you're promising that kind of money, the money has to show up in escrow. So we'll see if the money is in the escrow account. I hope it is, because I think everybody wants to see the fight, right? And then I guess we'll go from there. You know, there's the things that people have to understand about these kind of negotiations. They don't just make themselves happen. There's a proper etiquette to the way they go. And in this particular situation, when you're dealing with money coming from a third party, so to speak, like Deontay is saying it's coming from one of his parties, then you have to prove that the funds exist by putting them into a neutral escrow account where everybody can see that they're there, and then from there you start to negotiate.
Eddie Hearn has been adamant for quite some time that the money would come from their side, and Shelley Finkel and Lou DiBella, etc., are adamant that, you know, this ain't a joke or a PR stunt. The money is there, so the message is, if it's there, show the contract and where the money is. And
well, yes, that's the thing. I mean, usually what will happen now is Eddie and Lou and Heyman and Finkel will probably talk, and there will be a given date where the money has to be in escrow by a certain deadline. I mean, if they have the money can be in escrow in a week. You know, this shouldn't take long. You know, and then you can start to negotiate from there. So let's say they speak. They're supposed to speak Friday. So let's say they speak. Let's say Thursday. So let's say they speak tomorrow. Eddie will tell them, okay, have the money in escrow a week from today in this escrow account, so and so, and you know, and from there, if the money is in the escrow account, boom, we have a deal, and let's start to negotiate that deal. Let's start to, you know, dot the I's and cross the T's about this fight and where it's going to happen and all that good stuff, you know. If the money doesn't show up in escrow, well, then you're back to square one, you know. So that's how it works.
There was meant to be a meeting scheduled tomorrow, or today actually.
Today.
As I understand that meeting may not take place. I'm not 100% sure.
This is what I'm talking about, Cougs. This is why you're the man right here. See? I'm under the impression that there's a meeting going on, and you already know that there's not. This is why.
I've just heard there might.
This is why I talked to iPhone London.
If we've got this wrong, I apologise. But to my understanding, because James is in New York, he's my correspondent in New York, and
James is a good correspondent.
He's just worded in my ear now. You can see this imaginary earpiece here,
yes,
Paulie.
Yes, the earpiece. You know, you get all. I get that all the time.
The meeting may not take place. We'll find out more today.
What would be the reason it wouldn't take place?
I don't know that, but there was meant to be a breakfast meeting today. Around about now, probably, because it's New York time.
They might be at breakfast right now.
They could be.
So I didn't change my watch from New York time. So it is 20 minutes to 9 in New York right now.
All right. Well, listen, I hope it does happen. So they might be
at breakfast. If you hope it does happen, and it does happen, it might be happening as we have this conversation. So maybe that earpiece thing might be right.
But to my understanding, there might be a glitch with this meeting happening today. It's what I've heard. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but it's what I've heard.
I guess we'll
see. It's a lot of money, though, isn't it, Paulie? 50 million?
Yeah, it is a lot of money. You know, you have to, and a deal like that, when you're dealing with that kind of money, you know, you have to make sure it's not play money. You know, you want to make sure it really exists. So obviously they have to dot their I's.
You would have liked a person around that, wouldn't you?
I've never made a purse of that amount. No.
I don't think a lot of people have, to be honest.
Nor anything even close. But I think these kind of guys have the potential to bring those kind of numbers together if it's done right. We'll see.
All right, Paulie, thank you very much for talking to iField TV, and we're definitely going to catch up with you later on at Manchester
Well, I'll be
Arena.
excited at the Men Arena, right? I'll be excited.
What are the excitement levels between 1 and 10?
12.
12 at the moment.
We've already gone over the top. We've spilled over, you know, and it's dripping over. You know, that's the excitement levels. Wait till I get dressed. I might even go higher. Right now, I'm still in my hotel clothes. You know.
Paulie, thank you very much.
All right.
Top man.
Three rounds, 3 minutes, 3 fights.
Unbeaten fighters and major performers. I can't tell you how excited I am about this.